Oh, that She-Hulk trailer, guys. I really like that She-Hulk trailer. We're going to break down this teaser for She-Hulk. Welcome to Mirror Domain's Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines, where we actually do talk about the headlines, and there they are today. And if you're joining us live, as you know, we're a 12 p.m. Eastern show, Monday to Friday, where we break down all the big movie news headlines. And yesterday, the new She-Hulk trailer broke, and we did a live reaction. So, hey, you know what? We do that kind of thing here on this channel. If you like movie reviews, trailer reactions, live movie news, hey, you're going to find something that you like here on this channel. So let's talk about She-Hulk. Now, we'll take a look at some of the images of the trailer as we go through here. And for some reason... Yeah, for some reason, OBS crashed right before I went, so I've got to set up my Chrome there again. I apologize, guys. But let's get underway. She-Hulk, breakdown. All right. Now, we'll take a look at some of the images from the actual trailer here. We got the official poster, for sure, confirmed right there. Tatiana Maslany. Now, the synopsis here reads, Jennifer Walters acquires Hulk-like qualities. And I said that yesterday. That's not very... yeah, I don't know what the heck they're going like that. Nice wardrobe choice. Oh, this is blue, actually. This is not green. The camera, yeah, sometimes it just doesn't do it quite justice. All right, here we go. So what do we know from this She-Hulk? The popularity is going up, which is good, because when I was looking at some of the reactors out there that were doing some of the reactions, a lot of people in the comment sections hated this. Now it says 9 episodes, but I thought it was 10. 9 episodes for She-Hulk. Titania, right? Titania's Jamila Jamil. It's Titania. Okay, and we saw that Tim Roth is back there. So Mark Ruffalo is going to be in it for 9 episodes. And this is why I like to do this with you guys, because we actually go through it. We don't come in here without the proper ammunition to talk about it. So, all right. That's what IMDb has right now. But let's go over and take a look at some of the snapshots from the trailer here. And I gotta tell you this, I liked it. I liked it a lot. In fact, you know, I liked the She-Hulk trailer so much. I was kind of smitten. You know, I have to admit that. Now, this is just about midway through the teaser, where we actually, this is our first look at her, other than her standing up from behind her, where we don't get to look at her face. But this is our first real good look at her. And as you know, if you didn't notice it the first time through, which I didn't, it says Stark Industries on these saw blades. And right here, Mark Ruffalo's Hulk, Professor Hulk, is trying to get her to use her powers. And for some reason, some people out there are saying, like, even her pushing that back is bad CG. I don't, like, yeah. Like, they were complaining about that. Like, if you're out there nitpicking that much, like, you don't like that, her shoving it back, like, you think that that's bad, guys, just relax, you know? That's what I would say. I can grant you that at sometimes here, like for me, that looks okay. That looks fine. We know that Hulk's not really standing there either, but we accept it. We accepted it for Hulk, so I'm going to accept it for her. I just like the big hair. Yeah, the big hair really works for me. But I like this part in the trailer where that showed some of the levity to it, where he's like, he's happy that she's using her abilities, and he's like, yeah.
Yes. No.
no. Because then she starts to get angry, because she, just like normal Hulk, probably is going to have troubles controlling it at first, right? So he's going to be there at least to mentor her. And I like the way that this trailer worked out. So let's take a look at some of this so-called bad CG shots. So this is one that other people were ragging on, but I liked it. Why was that? Why did I miss that?
I just want to be annoyed.
Yeah, so some people were ragging. I like this. I think that looks great. Now, some of the fabric Doesn't look all the greatest, but whatever. They still got some time to fix this. Like, they don't even need to fix it up that, as far as I'm concerned. I got absolutely no problem with the CG. That's why I put it in the headline today. That you know what, it's not an issue for me. And anyway, as we know from the synopsis that we'll take a look at here in just a second. Again, people were saying, well, why is she looking over here? And then why is she doing this? And it's like, guys, you haven't seen this in context yet. Arglass Viking says in the live chat, it's a great trailer. A few ragging on the CGI, but I look past it. Everyone is an CGI expert these days. And we'll get into some reasons perhaps as to why here in just a few moments. You'll like her. I liked her. Like, I think she looks great. I don't know how they're doing it exactly, if they're just morphing her to make her look bigger. We see a transition here of like the shoes getting ripped apart as she transforms. And people are saying that her proportions aren't proper, that she should be much bigger than she is. I don't care about that stuff. I really don't.
I'm not a superhero.
Yeah. See, that looks great. That just looks like what they should look like, as far as I'm concerned. And then her dating and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't see what the big complaints are. I really don't. I think she looks fantastic. I do. Okay, so let's go in and take a look at some of these bad guys shots here. Okay, so there's Abomination. We saw this. And I guess this is, you can see some of his clothes ripping away as he transforms. Okay, so that's Titania, right? That's Titania. The Jamila Jamil. Titania. Okay. And yes, I said it even in my reaction that looks like she's a wrestler or something, but she looks like she's got super strength as well. I don't know the bad guys for her, but I just know that I like the way that this trailer looked, and I'm looking forward to it. So she has to face off with these guys, and Abomination, and you know, because we saw in Shang-Chi that Abomination was working with Wong. So will Wong have a cameo in this? It's being confirmed that he is going to have a cameo in this.
Than dating in your 30s.
Yeah, I think that looks great, guys. I think the trailer looks fantastic. And I'm actually excited for this. Like that. Ooh. That's
Should we?
Like she's saying that she's having trouble dating. Hey, I'd step up to that plate and say, here's my best moves. Yeah, and people were just breaking this down, saying her legs are too long. They should be more muscular. And it's like, come on, guys. This is funny. This is funny that the guy's getting carried away here. I thought it was great. All right, so let's take a look at some of the articles out there today that are also breaking this down. And let's pull up this one from MovieWeb. No, sorry. Screen Rant has one up. Why She-Hulk's CGI looks bad. And if you follow this channel, you know that we follow a lot of the movie news stuff. So some of these things will sort of make sense. After a release of She-Hulk, many viewers are concerned about the state of the show's CGI. But you know what? They still got time to refine it a little bit. As I said, I think the only parts that I saw was a little bit in the cloth texture. It needed to be a little bit fixed up. But other than that, I thought it looked great. Okay, so this, they go over the synopsis here. Let's go over some other stuff here that they were saying that the VFX heavy nature of the series, especially compared to Hawkeye and stuff. Okay, well, She-Hulk demands that more of its budget be spent on covering CGI costs, because you're using like 3 of them, right? If not, Titania herself, I think, might have some alterations. Because you got Hulk, you got She-Hulk, and then you got Abomination, are all CGI characters. With comparatively limited resources, particularly against a fully fledged cinematic release, it's perhaps unsurprising that some corners may have been cut. Yeah, but additionally, that there's a precarious state of VFX industry in general to consider right now, and we've covered this before. We've saw from stories that, like with Black Adam, why Black Adam was delayed was because of the pull that the VFX industry has right now, that the houses just aren't able to keep up with the demand. So things are going to be a little bit, a little bit behind. And I got no problem with that. So that's possibly one excuse as to why some people are complaining, but it'll be fine, guys. Don't worry about it. The VFX industry has been in trouble for a very long time. Yeah, because of demands. We've seen that. This could be a key reason why the She-Hulk is comparatively unpolished, but I don't think that it's really all that unpolished. I think it looks great. And I thought it was awesome. I thought it was great. So let's take a look at that article that Benedict Wong is confirmed to appear in She-Hulk. Good. It seems like Wong is going to be the one that's kind of like weaving this phase 4 together. He seems to be like the common thread, because he was there in Shang-Chi. He was there obviously in Doctor Strange, and he was there in Spider-Man No Way Home. And he's going to be in this, She-Hulk. So Wong, hey, I got no problem with more Wong. I thought he was an awesome character. And he was good in Doctor Strange too. So it's confirmed. Let's see if there's a quote here that I think there was. Yeah, he was really good in Doctor Strange too. She-Hulk comes August 17th. Okay, so you're telling me that there's not a logline quote in here. Okay, but just take it for granted that somewhere in this article it does say that he's confirmed. This afternoon, an official synopsis of the show, which includes the cast list. Among the names is Wong himself. Okay, so there you go. Marvel.com released this, saying that in the official synopsis, it's unknown if his role will be major or minor. Let's go back to the IMDb here. Is he even in this? It'll probably be minor. He'll be like maybe 1 or 2 episodes. Maybe he'll bookend it. We know that he does work with Abomination, so that's where I'm thinking. Let's take a look at that synopsis here, where people. This is the kind of thing that people were expecting it to be a little bit more serious. They weren't. Some found the comedy kind of shocking, but if you saw me talk about this stuff before, that we were seeing that the reports of it being a comedy, it's been out there in the ether for a while that it's going to be a comedy. Now this site for some reason did a really crummy job of putting font in. So this is the log line that we talked about on Monday. So sorry for a little bit of a rehash here. This comedy series sees Bruce Banner help his cousin Jennifer Walters when she needs an emergency blood transfusion, and guess what? She receives his powers too. And we've seen that in the teaser. Tatiana Maslany will play Jennifer, who is a lawyer specializing in superhuman-orientated legal cases, and we saw that in the trailer too. Mark Ruffalo is back as the Hulk alongside Tim Roth, who plays the Abomination. Cool. Now, I guess here, somewhere in here, in these darkened areas, it must say that Wong is coming back, but we saw that in the other article. And I like her costume. It's got shades. For some reason, it kind of reminds me of those white suits that they had in Avengers Endgame. Arglass Vikings in live chat says Wong was there during the blip, so it makes sense for him to be a linchpin between certain shows. Yeah, cool. And I have no problem with that. So we know it's going to be a comedy. I like the first trailer. I'm not going to be one of those people that goes down through every frame and break it down for you, because I did a fairly lengthy trailer reaction and sort of did that yesterday in the show, in my live reaction. So, guys, I implore you to check it out. Give it a chance. The CGI is not nearly as bad as some people are saying out there. And as far as her being compared to Shrek, ooh, she's got green skin. It must mean that but Hulk also has green skin. Did you compare Hulk to Shrek? I've seen people being so silly and ridiculous out there. It's kind of like, meh. Yeah, that's a little bit beneath us, right? We don't need to do that. Okay, so with all that being said, that's cool. That's what I want to know. It's comedy. It's going to have Wong in it. It's going to be 9 episodes, August 17th. I'll be looking forward to the She-Hulk. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and we will talk about it. All right. yesterday we did talk about this, and it does it does deserve a second look about this Star Wars Vanity Fair article. And we looked at the images and stuff. Now, this Vanity Fair article, let me just be blunt here. It's awful. It's a terrible read. I'll start you off here. Diego Luna couldn't trust the driver. You're starting off with what does that have to do with Star Wars? Diego Luna couldn't trust the driver. He didn't think he could trust anybody. And hadn't he read something about the what the heck are you talking about? Just is this Star Wars? And he goes, this writer, I'm not gonna okay. He goes on to try to craft this story, and this article on Vanity Fair is just jam packed with, like, I don't care what he thought about when he got into a cab one day and was, on his way to a meeting. It's like, you don't need to paint me with that picture. Here on this channel, I like to give the movie news straight. I don't like to give a whole bunch of fluff, which this Vanity Fair article did have a lot of fluff. And I thought we covered most of it, but there was a little bit there at the end about Jonathan Watts that we'll talk about in his series. But yeah, we saw these images yesterday, and I thought all of these images look great. You can't quite see Ahsoka there in the background on this one, but we looked at it yesterday. There's Mon Mothma, Andor, Mandalorian. So we'll rehash some of these stories. Why is that? That should be paused. It's just behind the scenes of them shooting these photos. And I'll say it before. I said it before, and I'll say it again. I don't like the way that the Star Wars lightsabers are done in Disney Star Wars, because they've gone to just using tubes of light, and they use that, and it doesn't have the same lighting as like they used to when they used to paint it in CGI. For some reason, I never liked it. And they say, well, it gives you more authentic light when they're using it around and stuff like that. But I don't know. It doesn't seem as real to me for some reason, because it's just a plastic tube that has the white light in it, or the blue or the red light in it. Yeah. Anyway, I digress. Let's continue on and take a look at some of their big long. And he goes on to tell like this story. I'm guessing that the editor of this magazine wanted him to fill out like 5,000 words of the story of this story. And this is why most people don't like to read magazines anymore, is because it's kind of like, ooh, it's like, what? Yeah. So let's just pull out what's important from this magazine article, because we looked at these images yesterday too, and as I said, it goes on and on and on about stuff, and it's like I was ready to pull my hair out by the end of it. I'm glad that there are people out there like, and I hope you guys appreciate it, that I had to go through and read all of this stuff just to pull out all the key information, because as I said, it does go into well, Luna is the kind of actor who huddles in the back seat of a car. It's kind of what are you guys talking about? Just give it to me straight. So yeah, let's just get down to the nitty gritty here of what we talked about yesterday. Okay, the TV shows, we know that there's going to be Obi-Wan coming out at the end of this month. We know Mandalorian Season 3 is going to come out next year. We know that Ahsoka is going to come out next year. And we know that there's the Acolyte coming down the pipe. Now, the Acolyte takes place like 100 years before Phantom Menace. It's going to be like a female Sith or dark side user. So that'll be interesting to see. Maybe she's like the one who trains Darth Plagueis or something like that, like Palpatine's mentor or something like that. As long as something like that is cool, like dark side user, that sounds really cool. Ahsoka, we know that's going to have Grand Admiral Thrawn. We know that's going to be Anakin's going to be in that series as well, so that'll be cool. And then there was the story that John Watts from Spider-Man No Way Home is going to be working on a project that has a code name right now, Grammar Rodeo, which is likened to Amblin coming-of-age adventure films. And it's going to be slated to be in between, or like after Return of the Jedi, in that era, like Mandalorian era. But it's going to be like a bunch of young kids, kind of like Stand By Me-ish, is what they're pitching for the John Watts Star Wars series. And that's pulled from the article. So, yeah. Ahsoka will release in 2023. We knew that. And we know that Mary Elizabeth Winstead is also going to be in the Ahsoka series. She's the partner of her, and Ewan McGregor are together right now. So that's interesting to know. We knew that anyway. Andor story details were revealed that Andor is going to be, well, it sounds like he's going to be like the main character, but it also seems like Mon Mothma is also going to have a lot of screen time. And she was in Rogue One with Cassian there, and she was also in a bunch of deleted scenes for Revenge of the Sith. And they do have a log line here. It's basically the log line for Andor is, it's the journey of a migrant that feels of having to move is behind this story. Very profoundly and very strong, that shapes you as a person. It defines you in many ways and what you're willing to do. So he's got to move to stay with the Rebel Alliance and do dastardly things. And from my impression, he's going to move. The story will begin with the destruction of Andor's homeworld before seeing his new adopted home become the focus, as it becomes radicalized with the Empire expanding its reach, which in turn puts Andor on the path of blocking them. Rebel leader Mon Mothma, played by Genevieve O'Reilly, will also be a big focus on the show, with her story running parallel. So that's what I mean by her story is going to be like, it almost sounds like they're going to be like equal screen time. And this is going to be 10 episodes, I think. Or is it going to be 12? Oh, yeah, it's going to be 12. Yeah, and I was kind of like, 12 is a bit long. And apparently they wanted it to be 5 seasons, but it's going to be 3 seasons. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. So there's the John Watts one, saying that it's going to be 4 children around 11 to 12 years old for key roles that liken the show to a galactic version of a classic Amblin coming-of-age adventure from the 80s. So that's what I mean by kind of like the Stand By Me kind of thing, the Goonies kind of thing. Okay, you know, for the younger generations out there. I thought, when I first heard that, I was thinking Ewoks again, maybe? I don't know. But it looks like it's going to be 4 children. Now, it could be alien children. Could be Ewok children. Who knows? Let's just see how that works out. Piques my curiosity, though. It says it's going to take place post Return of the Jedi reconstruction that follows the fall of the Empire. So there you go. That's where John Watts is going to be. Okay, that sounds interesting. Darth Vader and Obi-Wan rematch is part of their love story? That's a weird way to put it. They're just talking about Obi-Wan there and how they're going to have a fight again. And we've seen the behind-the-scenes shots of Hayden Christensen in that cape practicing again. So, and we talked about that in length yesterday. Acolyte setting up before Phantom Menace and prequel era. And it's going to be written by the girl that's doing Russian Doll right now. She writes Russian Doll on Netflix. Yeah. And apparently she's got some questionable political views, but I don't care about that stuff. As long as it's not injected too much into like what she's writing. Hey, I like the premise of it being like a female dark side user. We haven't seen that yet on the big screen. We've seen it in the Clone Wars with Asajj Ventress, but I want to see more of that. I want to see more of that. And that's apparently what was supposed to happen in George Lucas's film sequels, is that there was going to be like a female dark side user, and we never got there. It's a bummer. They hinted at a children adventure at the end of the Last Jedi in the end credits. Well, yeah, maybe that could be it too. Although that would not place it right after Return of the Jedi, which this sort of says post Return of the Jedi. Well, I guess that's vague enough that it could be a story about them on that casino planet, maybe. I don't know. Oh yeah, and we covered this yesterday too. That they're going to stop trying to recast the legacy characters. Stop trying to tell the oranges story of Han Solo. Yeah, we don't need to know his oranges. Okay, so Rian Johnson Star Wars trilogy is on the back burner. They also announced that they're not moving forward with it just right now. But I don't know why they just say that they're not going to do that. I guess she still has some kind of loyalty to Rian Johnson. Guys, it's not going to happen. I don't. If it happens, it's going to happen like in 2040. Because Rian Johnson's working with the Knives Out sequels, which will probably take him to close to the end of 2028. Because Knives Out comes out this year. No, 2026 it'll be done. So who knows? Maybe 2020, 30 he'll start with that. But even then, it's going to be too many people will remember what he did to the franchise. And I don't think it's going to happen. And then she said this thing in there that said that Star Wars is moving away from trilogies. And that Taika Waititi's movie could be the next one. Ooh, that's a long article. Okay. Yeah, there was speculation that Taika Waititi is working on one. They said that Kevin Feige was working on one, but she kind of clarified saying that, no, he's not. But then we just saw stories that his writer is working on it. So what the heck is Kathleen Kennedy talking about? We know that Rogue One with Patty Jenkins is still in the works, but it looks like that's getting pushed back some. And they're going to work on these single one-off movies from now on without any of the legacy characters, hopefully. Yeah. Although when you think about it, with Solo, somebody made a good point. In Solo, nobody seemed to complain about Glover as the young Lando Calrissian. Yeah, nobody complained about him, but people complained about Alden Ehrenreich, and I made my piece about that yesterday. That I thought it wasn't the right casting. But guys, that's a little bit of the rehash of the Star Wars stuff. People will mind that for the next week or so, getting every little tidbits out of that stuff, milking it for everything that it's worth. But that's not what I like to do here on that channel, on this channel. As I said, when you looked at the original Variety article, and how long it was and stuff, and how much fluff it had in it, I don't like to do that. So let's just get right on to the next story. Disney Plus and Netflix have a little bit of some news here. Disney Plus says it won't take ads for alcohol or politics to keep venue family friendly. Good. It looks like Disney Plus is going to go on and offer like a cheaper version of it, but it will have ads, just like the way that Tubi does. Hey, I got no problem with that. And it looks like they're making the pledge here that it's not going to have any ads about alcohol or politics, and that's really good. So when people are screaming in Florida about Disney trying to influence people, yeah, I think that maybe that's why they want to keep politics out of it. And who can't blame them? Nobody wants to be caught up in all of that stuff all the time. So good. No details as to when this will come out. February 2022 is when they're saying that this was supposed to come out. Huh. Okay. But when I get an actual confirmation date of when that's going to come out, we'll talk about that. So just know that there's a cheaper version coming down the works with ads, and it's not going to have any alcohol or politics. That's what you need to know about that. Let's talk about Netflix. This is a big one too. Netflix is hit by layoffs. About 150 mostly U.S.-based employees are going to be laid off. I feel the sympathies for people who get laid off because that sucks. Netflix had a huge drop in their subscribers and in stock. So just as movie fans and entertainment fans, we've got to keep our eyes on this because it does affect the markets, as Netflix is one of the biggest streamers out there. And I feel for the people that are going to be losing their work because of this. But I think it'll bounce back. People are speculating it's because of the crackdown on the sharing of the passwords and stuff like that. But I think that's a necessary evil that has to happen with all streaming services, that they got to crack down on that sharing stuff, because you're losing money out on that. And it's not like your family, if you bought like the family pack where you got like 5 people that are able to use it, and let's say you go over to somebody else's house and you log in there and use it. It's not like that. That's not password sharing. It's like I watch my account on Netflix and I say, hey, man, I just watched this. Log into your account, log into my account from your computer, and just log out after you're done. That's password sharing, right? It's not like that. So, yeah, Netflix has some troubled times ahead of themselves here. I don't know why that ad is going. It shouldn't be. But let's take a look at some of the comments, and maybe we got some, hopefully, intellectual insights. Disney is making an announcement today at 4 p.m. Wonder how many shows will be featured. Arglass says, yeah, maybe I'll go on and do a live coverage later on today for that. See what, like, that's when they were going to speculate about the Taika Waititi announcement movie. Okay, so they just gave the middle finger to the LGBTQ community. Why? Why? Because they're laying off 150 people? What does that have to do with it? Netflix still doesn't understand their market. They're losing subscribers like me because the prices are way too high for some people. Yeah. And that's the thing too, and this is why I grouped up Netflix and Disney Plus here, is that I think Netflix should look at doing a cheaper version with ads, because you'll be surprised at how many people will put up with ads. Look at YouTube. We all have to suffer and endure that one ad that plays at the beginning of every video that you can have to wait like 6 seconds before you can say skip kind of thing. But hey, you know what? If you're watching this channel and you want to support the channel, let that ad play out, because it helps me out quite a bit. And if you also want to help out, hit that thumbs up button. There's all my social media handles, guys. That's what you need to know from the Netflix and Disney Plus. Let's move on to Cannes. Cannes opens up today. It kicks off. Actually, I think it started last night. And it's going to kick off with a French zombie movie. Now, we knew that the big ones out there is going to be Top Gun is going to be there. Elvis is going to premiere there. So hopefully over the next weekend here, as Cannes rolls out, we'll be able to get some feedback, and we'll be able to look at the old tomato meters for perhaps Elvis, because Elvis is something that I've been looking forward to. So I'm not going to go through the entire slate of Cannes. I just wanted you guys to know, hey, it's going underway. So it started with a zombie movie, and I hope this situation, this word that I can't use because then it'll get flagged, doesn't affect situations over there too much. I hope not. I really hope not. Byford the Hobbit says, bye Jonathan, watch party tomorrow. Yep. Yeah, tomorrow we're going to be doing the live watch along for Survivor, 1:30 p.m. Episode 12? Yeah. Okay. Disenchanted. What's this about? Disenchanted is the sequel for Enchanted. Enchanted 2. Release date set for Thanksgiving with Amy Adams. Cool. Disney has officially confirmed that the long-awaited Enchanted sequel starring Amy Adams, titled Disenchanted, will be on Disney Plus this year. So, hey, if you get that ad version, hey, still be able to watch it. Enchanted. Disenchanted has been officially confirmed for Thanksgiving. Okay, so this one's been working in the works for a while now. It's kind of like that Hocus Pocus thing that, well, they've always talked about it, they never did it. Well, they finally did it, and it'll be heading to Disney Plus. And there's our first image of Amy Adams and Maya Rudolph. Now, I never watched Enchanted. I can't imagine why I would. But maybe because I like Amy Adams. She's a talented actress. She was really awesome in Arrival, and I liked her as Lois Lane too. I did like her as Lois Lane. I thought she was great. So she's going to be older in this one. Do you have a synopsis for us? Maybe not. Maybe not right now. I won't get too much into that one. I just wanted to say, hey, guys, you're getting an Enchanted 2. See if there's just a quick log line here that I perhaps missed, which I don't think I did. I think they just wanted to announce that it's coming out and that we got our first image. And just go over this synopsis. Okay, cool. Disenchanted. It's coming out Thanksgiving. That's the American Thanksgiving, right? Ooh. So that'll be in November. Because here in Canada, we do our Thanksgiving in October. The proper Thanksgiving. The real Thanksgiving. I'm just having fun with you guys. All right. Hocus Pocus 2. Yeah. Let's talk about that because that, as I said, we just spoke about that one. Hocus Pocus 2 footage description reveals Sanderson's sister's return. Okay, and that's going to be on Disney as well. And the premise, oh, there's Sarah Jessica Parker. I think that's from the first movie, though, right? When she gets put away. There is an image down here of them new. Okay, so that's the new image, I think. Yeah, that's the new. That's the only new image from Hocus Pocus, and we've seen that before. But apparently the premise is that there's like 3 young women accidentally bring back the Sanderson sisters to modern-day Salem and must figure out how to stop the child-hungry witches from wreaking havoc on the world. Post-production. Okay, so the IMDb doesn't have it fully listed here, but we now know that it's going to be out. Well, I thought it was going to be for October, actually. October 31st, right? No, that's... Actually, I thought it was going to be September for some reason. I must have misplaced that article. Okay, guys. My screen went... It just says release this fall. But I somewhere around the lines, I thought it was going to be October because they want to cash in on... It just makes logical sense that they'll want to get that Halloween revenue. And that's what it was. It was like a Halloween movie, the original Hocus Pocus. So, hey, now for some reason, I'm thinking I saw some, like a September date. September, like late September. Anyway, who knows? Teen Wolf has wrapped. Teen Wolf movie, behind the scenes images. Mark, filming wrap. So we saw the other day that Tyler Hoechlin is going to be back in the Teen Wolf movie, and I guess his that must have been a quick shoot. But the director there, or somebody from the production, has come up and said that they finally wrapped on Teen Wolf the movie, and somebody recommended that I should check it out, but the series, but I don't know about that. But I was told like the performances in it were good. Dylan O'Brien, right, is in that. Some guy posting memes out there. I'm not over these pics of Dylan O'Brien. Yeah. So he's going to be in it. Tyler Hoechlin's going to be back in it. Teen Wolf movie has wrapped. I don't think I pulled up any more news about that. And that's a quick little story. It's wrapped. Once we get some more actual footage from it, we'll definitely talk about it. Firestarter sequel. Ooh, we're going long today. That's because that Star Wars story rehash took forever. I apologize. Firestarter sequel. Okay, so a Firestarter came out this weekend to mediocre fare. Needless to say, the box office. People said that it's a bomb, which it sort of is. It's made $6.1 million worldwide for a $12 million budget. Now, it's not a... it is a bomb, I guess, but it's not a terrible... It's not one of the worst bombs of the year yet. I think it'll finish around 7 million, maybe 7.5 million at the most. So yeah, it's going to lose money, but you never know, because this is a movie that also debuted on Peacock the same time, and they get revenues from that as well. So it's hard to say if it's a complete bust. You know what I mean? But anyway, there was talks of it being like a sequel, and then they're talking about how Firestarter repeats It Chapter 2's worst mistake about changing around the villain. Who was this guy? This guy was the villain in Firestarter. He was the one searching after the young girl and her powers, and leading the team there and stuff. And then he oddly enough has a change of heart. I liked it though. I still liked the Firestarter, and yeah, I agree that Pennywise's powers were kind of dulled down for part 2. I guess maybe they dulled down his powers. I guess he had the ability to kind of shrug off some of the psychic powers. So they compare it to that. But let's take a look at what this sequel. What the? Damn you, Joe Blow. Firestarter. Teases where the sequel could go if one was made, and it has to do with that character. It has to do with this, with the bad guy character here, because he does kind of go with her at the end, right? Is that the way? Yeah, that's what happened. He hunts for her, but has a change of heart at the end, and that's where the sequel would go. But it's something that they've discussed, and obviously, if it's going to be a bomb, they're not going to make a sequel. So there's not a bunch of yeah. Shall we even talk about this then? There's something that we've discussed, obviously, a bunch. I spent a lot of time with Michael Rehash, who played Rainbird, talking about the Rainbird that we see in this film. I really wanted to create a true backstory for him, which explains what we see of him and how he functions. Okay, so they would explore that. They would explore his character in a sequel. His character would be a sequel, but hey, if you only make half your budget back, it's not going to happen. Unless, as I said, it made it big on Peacock. You never know. Oh, again, I have to reload this other page from Joe Blow. I got to stop using Joe Blow. That's it. Joe Blow, this is the last day that I'm going to be using you. You and your stories. I'll find these, because these stories come up on other sites as well. And when they do, that's how I know to use the stories. But I thought it would be nice to, have some shout outs there for them. But I guess it's terrible. Anyway, Pete Davidson and Naomi Scott are going to star in David Michôd's new stoner film at A24 and Plan B. Well, okay. Pete Davidson is a big name out there that a lot of people like to watch his stuff. And I like Naomi Scott quite a bit. She's awesome. And if you don't know why she's awesome, here's some examples. She was Jasmine in the new Aladdin. She was also in that Charlie's Angels reboot. But if you watch like some of the interviews with her, she seems like she's got a real good head on her shoulders. Like she hasn't let it go to her head. At least that's the impressions that I get. And then, of course, there's the fact that she's also stunningly beautiful, right? So for me, hey, I'll watch anything that she's in. And that's the way I feel about Naomi Scott. And if she's going to be in a new movie with Pete Davidson for A24, A24's kind of on a high note right now because of Everything Everywhere All at Once has done well for them right now. So A24 is doing good. And stoner film. A stoner film. It follows two hapless pothead beach bar operators who run into trouble when they stumble across stolen loot, and they really should have just left it alone. So it's kind of like a stoner film. So it's basically No Country for Old Men, is what you're saying. Yeah. But it's going to be with stoners instead. Okay. Or is there going to be like an Anton Chigurh kind of character that'll be hunting after them? Probably. But if they're the leads, I'll be up for that. I'll check that out for sure. Live action Captain Carter. This is just rumor, guys. Why is that not? This because of Movie Web? Oh, I know why. No? Okay, I'll leave it like that. Live action Captain Carter series with Hayley Atwell rumored to be in development. Now, this is not substantiated by any of the big trades out there. I think it came from a podcast. We know that Captain Carter was in the What If series, and if you saw Doctor Strange 2, it's not a spoiler because you saw her shield in the posters for it, and I like Hayley Atwell. If she's going to be in a live action Captain Carter series, I'll be checking that out. Will it have Wong in it? Maybe. That would be interesting. But you know what? The way I feel about it is that you can't go wrong with Hayley Atwell. She hasn't done anything that I've been like, ooh, that's not very good. And she was cool as Captain Carter. I liked her. And I like the way she got killed. That was brutal. Brutal. Okay, so this was mentioned on a podcast. See if I can give you the name for the podcast. If for the people out there that may be curious about where this all started, the Dis Insider Show. I don't know what that is, so I'm not going to click on it because, well, I do like to pay attention to some of the video competition out there on YouTube that do, well, a lot of these movie news shows and stuff like that. I do pay attention to them. I do keep my eyes on them and what they're doing because that's what I've just been trained to do. I wouldn't start making cars if I didn't know what the market was, right? So that's pretty much the way that it's been today in the realm of movie and entertainment news. Arglass says, I wonder will Captain Carter come in 2 parts. Yeah, I know what you're talking about there. Yeah. Oh, there was one more story here, and I forgot about this one. And this is all over the place, too. It came out last night. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen reboot at 20th Century Studios. Okay. You remember that Sean Connery one? She was okay in it, but the rest of the cast, yeah, it had like the Invisible Man, Jekyll and Hyde, Captain Nemo, and Sean Connery was Solomon, right? Alan Quartermain, sorry. Yeah. Solomon. What did I pull that? It was Alan Quartermain in Solomon's Mines. No, that's right. He plays Alan Quartermain anyway. So there's going to be, this is rumored. It says reboot in development, but they're saying here that it's confirmed. But okay, if it's going to be confirmed for Hulu, well, all right. I'll keep my eye out for this. I know people were talking about it, but I just, for some reason, I don't see it happening. I don't see like people gravitating towards this. It's a little bit old, and because it's like an Avengers movie without building up to them being Avengers, right? Like if you did if you did a one-off with like the Invisible Man and all of these other characters, and then build up to the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. That's the way I maybe would do it. I would make it a series, maybe. Reboot of the league, yes, please. I actually watched it a few nights ago. It had such potential. Yeah, I agree too. Yeah, and I like Nemo in it. That was a good choice, good casting. The younger guy here, the one that was being mentored by Quartermain. For me, he was the weakest part. And some of the CG back then, well, it wasn't the greatest because, well, just of the time frame on. But you'd have to get the casting right, I think, for it. maybe that's what I'm like. People know these characters, but you'd have to get the casting right. And who would play the older Quartermain characters? The character who? Liam Neeson, maybe? Would Liam Neeson be a good Quartermain? I don't know. But he'd be like that kind of age range, right? The older kind of guy. Bring back Russell Crowe as Jackal and Hyde. Oh, that would be cool, Art Glass says in the live chat. This guy here played Jekyll and Hyde in this. That would be cool. Have it tied into the dark universe. Yeah, it did have potential. I did like it. And I liked how they were trying to build up that story between the older Quartermain and the younger guy, right? I liked how they were trying to build up that kind of lore behind it. But George Clooney is great casting. Yeah, that's it right there. George Clooney as Quartermain. That would be perfect. Perfect. Cool. Yeah, I need to revisit it too. And she was good in it too. She was like Harker or something like that, right? The one that was bitten by Dracula. So she was a vampire. Yeah. Like it's an interesting premise. It definitely has potential. Okay. Oh, we're at 12. Have we been going for 50 minutes already? Wow. All right. Let me just go on and see if I've missed any stories from the old Twitterverse here. I'm going to load up the Twitter page and then we'll probably call it a day. And I'll be live later on today again for when Disney does their announcements. We'll do a show sort of like this of what's coming up. Okay. Yeah, I don't see anything that I missed there. Twitterverse, in case I missed anything on the trending page. Top Gun Maverick at Cannes. Okay, yeah, we know that's happening. Simon Rex. Maybe I can put on some tunes for you guys. Simon Rex. Oh, has been cast alongside Channing Tatum and Naomi Ackie in Zoe Kravitz's featured directorial debut, Pussy Island, for MGM. Now, if you don't know what this Pussy Island is about, Zoe Kravitz just played Catwoman in The Batman, so she's talented. If she's going to be directing, it's going to be Channing Tatum. And we just saw this trailer yesterday for a movie called Spiderhead with Chris Hemsworth, where he's like this recluse experimenting on drugs with people on an island. He takes these people to an island. Apparently that's sort of the premise here, that Channing Tatum is this recluse character that invites people to his island to party instead. And I think he drugs them and does weird experiments on them and stuff like that. Kinky stuff. Zoe Kravitz. And I think it's mostly girls, and that's why it's called that. Okay? That he invites to the island. Interesting. What's this? The trailer for George Miller's 3,000 Years of Longing, starring Tilda Swinton and So no, they missed the full title there. It's what was it? Jin and the 3,000 Years of Longing, because Idris Elba is playing a Jin. I don't know what this is, guys. Let's take a look at it. We got a little bit of time here. It looks like it's a really quick teaser. This may not be the full trailer. George Miller? Mad Max. He did Mad Max, guys. Trailer online Friday. Okay, so that's the teaser for the trailer. Rated R for some sexual content, graphic nudity, and brief violence. So I know the trailers won't show it, but that was the teaser for it. It looked very colorful. That's Tilda Swinton. Huh. Some kind of a Stringed instrument there. 3,000 Years of Longing. So it looks like it's going to take place over many years. Like a period piece. Like a saga. Wow, George Miller's been... He's been in love with this saga idea, because we just heard yesterday too that Furiosa, the prequel to Mad Max Fury Road, is going to be a saga told over many different years. But I like the color palette for it. I thought that looked interesting. I like the cast. Can't go wrong with Tilda Swinton. She's always good. Can't go wrong with Idris Elba either. He's always great. It has Dracula Untold vibes, Artglass says. Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. And it's, well, because it's dealing with a djinn. There he is right there, I think, with the ears. He's like a, well, like the common mythology is like they're a demon, right? They coerce people to do evil deeds. Harry Styles has confirmed that he auditioned for the role of Elvis. Really? Harry Styles was up for Elvis, but he lost out to Austin Butler. He doesn't have the resume yet, I don't think. He hasn't proven himself as an actor yet. But I think he will once he's in that new movie with Olivia Wilde, Don't Worry Darling, because he looked good in that. But he lost out to Austin Butler. Which I guess I never really heard of his resume either until Elvis. But you know what? I trust Baz Luhrmann's casting process. Okay, so people are at con. This is the Top Gun showing. We know that Top Gun's going to be there. We know that these guys all worked out hard. John Hamm. That's something I want to see too. We don't get enough John Hamm. He's going to be in Top Gun. Cool. I guess it's all going to be flooded with Little Mermaid's Jonah Howard King stars in music video for James Bay. Okay, don't need to know that. Discovery, Army Hammer, Squid Game. Nothing there. Squid Game, photographed for Vanity Fair. I like Squid Game. Oh, there's that poster for Spiderhead that I was talking about. That's sort of like that idea of like he's the evil doctor or scientist or something. Is that it for today? Kenneth Branagh as Boris Johnson. Wait, is that Kenneth? Wow, he almost looks like him. Maybe it's the hair. Kenneth Branagh as Boris Johnson. Kenneth Branagh as Matt Hancock in upcoming series This England. Kenneth Branagh. Huh. I have to keep my eye out on that. Huh. Yeah, he sort of almost looks like him, huh? That's good makeup. Wow. Huh. More Top Gun. More Shrek. Yeah, comparing She-Hulk to Shrek, that's just mean-spirited. I don't get it. And that's one of my favorite pictures of all time of Julianne Moore. I don't know what it is. It's the fiery red hair. I dig it. That's good on you for using that picture. What's this for? Sandra Oh and Julianne Moore star in Lynn Ramsey's revenge thriller Stone Mattress. It is set on a cruise ship where the smooth atmosphere is disturbed by a shocking act of murder, maybe. Huh, I'll keep my eye on that. Alright guys, I think that's pretty much it for today. This is a 24-hour news cycle. If I miss something, don't worry, just like yesterday, we'll go live. I love doing it live over. It saves me time from shooting it, editing it, letting my computer render, then uploading it. I know it's in 1080p if I do it that way, but if I just stream it, it's up there just like that. And hopefully I can capture that buzz that people like. So with that Disney announcement coming, if it's big enough, if there's some big juiciness that comes down the pipe, I'll be online talking about that. Yeah. And tomorrow, Survivor Watch Along. 1:30 p.m. Guys, if you don't know, you'll be able to find something here if you're a big movie fan. Trailer reactions, movie reviews, straight out of the theater reactions. Full series watch-alongs for like Moon Knight, Survivor. Stranger Things is coming up. Obi-Wan's coming up. So you'll find something that you like here on this channel. Full movie watch-alongs. You're watching Mirror Domains. I'll see you guys tomorrow for more movie news.